Hey guys, this is Monica with the romoplans, and today we are here to do my February wrap up in my reading journal. So I didn't set up February beforehand, so we are going to go ahead and wrap up the month here. I did go ahead and just color in the days of the format of books that I read, the days that I read, and then the dot is when I started a book and the slash is when I finished a book. So most days I do a combination. So either like a combination of audio, ebook, and physical. But there were a couple of days, some days out of the month I just did audio, and then some I just did ebook. And then we are here in the stats, and we are going to go ahead and fill in these stats. So I'm using this Artist Loft illustration pen in 0.5. I really have been liking this pen because it's got like a finer tip, but it's still a super thick, inky black pen, which I love. So, and February was a really good reading month for me. Reading, I do as an escape for things. So like if I just need to kind of get away or get out of my own head for a little bit, reading is how I do that. I also did a lot of audiobooks. So let's just go ahead and fill in these stats. So for the month of February, I did 14 books. And then for pages, I read 4,685 pages. And I do pages I count pages for all of the formats. So if I have an audiobook, I will still count the pages because I want to see how many pages across the year that I read. So audiobooks, I did 9 of those. Ebooks, I did 5. I didn't do any physical books. I didn't do any owned books. I did do 2 diverse authors. So this is for BIPOC and LGBTQ plus authors. And then my average rating was a 3.82. So the rating was a little bit down from January, but January I had 2 rereads in there that I loved, and I had a couple of like 5 stars in there as well. And then I don't have anything to do for the new releases, and I don't have anything to do for the series trackers. I really need to like put some more series in here. And then I did not finish a nonfiction book. And then I also didn't read any books from my bookshelf, so nothing to do on these 2 pages. So for this page, I went ahead and I colored in and went ahead and wrote out what the books that I read in here, but I have not colored in the boxes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color these in. And I am using an acrylograph for this. So then those are all colored in. I just colored them in, and then I put the number on top of it just because it is a paint marker, so it will cover up anything that you color, which I found out on this page because I wasn't thinking about that when I picked the colors and did the key for the year. So, and then I did move to using a like a printable sticker paper. I think this is like a printable vinyl sticker paper that I've had. And so the only 5-star read that I had this month was Hunter. And then that was also my monthly favorite. as well. And then I don't do anything with the book rankings. And I did add Kennedy Ryan as a new favorite author. And then for my book clubs, I had my Planner Bestie book club, and we read the book Hide. It is a mystery book. And then for my workbook club, so my work, there is a big group of people, and we have a sci-fi fantasy book club. And this month, since it was a short month, we read Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. All right. And then for the A to Z challenge, I actually have a couple, a good many to add to this. So for B, we're just gonna add Bound and Barbed. For C, we're gonna add Caravel. For D, we're gonna add the dark one. I don't, like for words like the, a, and an, I don't count those as the beginning of a book. So I just go with the next word. For F, we have Flow by Kennedy Ryan. And then H, we have Hunter. For L, we have Let's Do This. And then for R, we have Ranger. So I was able to add a lot to the A to Z challenge, which I kind of, whenever I do the A to Z challenge, I always, I add a lot kind of like in the beginning, because it's just, as you read. But then later on in the year, it does get a little bit harder, because you have to be a little bit more strategic about the books, especially these like Q and X, these down here. And then for the buzzword challenge, the prompt was water words, and I'm going to use flow, because I feel like that's a water word. Water flows, right? So then the next challenge is the Taylor Swift challenge. So we did have a good amount to add there as well. So for Tim McGraw is a debut album, and that was Caravel. So for the Taylor Swift challenge, I just kind of Googled Taylor Swift reading challenge, and I found a couple, and then I kind of put this together based on that. So this isn't like a, an official Taylor Swift challenge. It was just something, I just wanted to pick 3 songs from each album and do prompts that match that. For Mr. Perfectly Fine, it was a book you didn't finish, and that was The Pucking Wrong Number. I just could not get into it. For Look What You Made Me Do, a villain's point of view, I'm gonna put The Never King. And then for King of My Heart, with King or Queen in the title, I did The Foxglove King there. And then for Betty, a book with a name in the title, I did Hunter. For 'Tis the Damn Season, a small town romance, is Gunner. And all of these are like within the same series. And then for No Body, No Crime, a murder mystery, that was Hide. And then for The Alchemy, sports romance, that was Let's Do This. And that's all of the completed prompts for the Taylor Swift challenge. And then we have the Pop Sugar challenge. And so I don't have a lot to add here. So a book under 250 pages, that was The Never King. And then I rated that 3 stars. And then a book with 2 or more books on the cover or book in the title, I did Bookshops and Bone Dust. And then I rated that one 4 stars. So that's it for all my yearly challenges. And now we're gonna go and do February. So I did go ahead and sketch out a little bit, not a ton. So for February, for decorating it, I do have a couple of supplies. I have this stencil for my circles. I also have the JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop, her advent calendar, the luxury advent, and this is the stickers that I'll be using. I decided that this year I was going to use her luxury advent calendar to decorate the reading journal. So whatever her sticker sheet is for the month, that is what like the color scheme and everything. And then I have some Tombow markers that kind of go with the color scheme to do like for the graphs and different things like that. So this is just like the calendar view. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of draw this out. All right, and then I do have some stickers here. So these are stickers that I created. So I'm going to start with just putting the month sticker here. And then I just created these stickers to kind of label everything. So this is the visual time red. And I'm just gonna kind of alternate the colors here to kind of mark when I was reading which books. And because there's 14, it's probably gonna get really crowded. All right, so we will start with this one. So let me grab my ruler. So this one is gonna go from the 1st through the 3rd. And that is Hunter. And then we're gonna do 1 to the 3rd as well. That was Awkward. And then from the 3rd to the 4th, that was Gunner. And then from the 5th to the 7th, yeah, from the 5th to the 7th, that was Ranger. So I pretty much binged the rest of that series. And then from the 3rd to the 7th, This was Caraval. And then the 8th and the 9th. That was the Never King. And then from the 9th through the 10th, that was Flow. And then from the 9th through the 12th, that was Let's Do This. And then the 10th through the 14th, that was the Foxglove King. And then the 13th through the 18th. That was Bound and Barbed. And then the 14th through the 19th. That was Bookshops and Bone Dust. And then from the 20th to the 23rd, that was Hide. And then the 23rd through the 24th, that was the dark one. And then the 24th through the 27th, that was Legendary. So I just like to be able to see that in a on a calendar view. Like I can see that I did a lot of reading in the first half of the month and it kind of slowed down a bit. I was taking longer to read the books than I was in the second half in the month. So then this next page I'm doing as a reading log. And on this page, I'm just putting the pictures down of the books that I'm reading, that I read. All right, so those were all the books that I read. And now that I have all of that down, I'm gonna go ahead and put down some of the decorative stickers. So and we're just gonna go with those for now and see, because I'm gonna add 2 more pages to my monthly. All right, So then with my monthly, this page is going to be my stats page, and then this page is going to be like my library and Kindle Unlimited books, and then all of the books that I bought. So I'm gonna start off with putting some boxes down. This page doesn't come with boxes, but I have this sticker book from JoJo, and it has some boxes that are a close match. So these are a close match to this. So these are I'm gonna use these boxes for part of my stats. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of these boxes down. All right. So the first one is gonna be the amount of books that I read. And then we're gonna have pages, hours, and then we're gonna do genre, and then we're gonna do diverse authors, and then the rating. All right, so I'm just gonna use this green marker to kind of help bring in some of the green from the stickers. So the books I read 14. And then pages I did 4,685. Hours I did 80.6. Genres, there were 3. There were 2 from diverse authors, and then my average rating was 3.82. So then up here, I'm gonna do some graphs. So we're gonna try this size and see how we like it. I may end up going back to a smaller size. I did a smaller size in January, but I want to try this and see how I like it. All right, so the first one is format. Then we have genre, and then read from, and the last one is rating. Okay, so for format, I only have 2 formats that I did. So and these aren't going to be like exact. So we're just going to kind of estimate what this is. And then I'm just gonna color this in. So we have audio, And then I'm gonna put the number and then ebook. And that was 5. And then for genre, we had 3. And then, so for genre, we have fantasy. And that was 7. And then we have romance, which was 6. And then we have mystery, which is 1. And I'm very general with my genres. And then read from, let's see. So here we have Kindle Unlimited, and that was 6. Then we have the library, which was 6. And then we have Audible, and that was 2. And the rating is where it kind of gets a little bit where there's going to be a lot of colors. So I'm going to go ahead and draw these lines. All right, so then for this one, I'm just going to put the rating and not the number of them, so it makes a little bit more sense. So then we have 4, 4.5, 3.5, then we have 5, 2.5, and then 3. So that's all of my stats. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little bit of decoration here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this big sticker down here. All right, so then the first thing that I want to do is track my Kindle Unlimited books. And I do this so I can kind of see like how many books I am reading off of Kindle Unlimited versus how much like I'm paying for Kindle Unlimited. So Kindle Unlimited is $12 a month, and the goal is to at least get $12 a month worth of Kindle Unlimited. And this month, I'm gonna just highlight 7 lines. So, and then I'm gonna write the books that I read and then how much they cost if I were to buy an ebook for them. So the total of that is $30.44. So I can definitely see that I got like my money's worth for that. And now we're gonna do the library books. So these are books that I have read through like Libby or Hoopla. And that one has 7 lines as well. All right, so then the library books we have, and so then our total here is $81.71. So that is the amount of money that I saved by doing the library. So then that just makes me feel better about this next category. It's pretty much what this whole thing does. This is the books bought. And I'm just gonna write the name of the books. I'm not gonna write the pricing of them, honestly, because I don't know the pricing of all of them. So all but the first one were bought in the book outlet sale that they had. So they will randomly have a sale where they have a lot of books for like $5.99. So pretty much all of these were $5.99. And then that one, I'm not exactly sure how much that one was. So, and we're just gonna put this there. There we go. So we used all but one of the stickers. So that's like my monthly pages, and then I do review. The way I did the reviews this month, and I really like so I kind of like did it differently where I had the like it matched the cover of the book, and I just kind of didn't like it. I liked this it's a little bit more uniform, but just use the gray Tombow for all of this. And then, so all of the script stickers I made myself. And then these icon stickers are actually from my shop. I have these individually, or I have a sheet where you can get like the physical book, ebook, and audiobook on one. And that's actually just what I printed out for me. I ended up cutting it so it can fit in the back of my journal, so I can just have all of my reading stickers together. And then my friend Amy with Stormy Creatives, she had sent me these star rating stickers. So Hunter was a 5-star read. So this book, and then this book, I actually forgot to print off a picture of this title. I forgot to change, like I did put this one on the page and then I duplicated it and I forgot to change one of them. But this is Gunner. So all of these are in a series and they're set in the same small town. And she got a lot of inspiration from the show Criminal Minds. So this one was, I did this one on audiobook, and I don't know if it was very contemporary romance, and I just don't know if I was not in the mood for it, but I just didn't really enjoy it that much. And then Gunner, that one was a 4.5 for me, but I'm not going to put it down yet. I'm going to wait till I have the picture down. And then Ranger was actually a 4-star for me. So just really good books, and they don't really have, it's one of those where they're interconnected. So like they're all brothers, but there's not like an overarching storyline that spans all of the books. So you can read them out of order, but I like to read them in order. And then we have Caraval. And this book was a 3.5 for me. I really enjoyed it. Then The Never King. This book was interesting. It was a 3-star for me, which isn't bad in my book. So it was something that I really enjoyed. Like, I read the second one. I may or may not continue the series, but it was interesting enough. So then Flow, this was a kind of like novella to set up the series. I liked it. You know, I think it was really good for being a novella. Novellas are kind of usually hard for me to rate, just because I want more of the story usually. And so, but I really enjoyed I really enjoyed it, and I'm interested to read more in the series to see like where their story takes them. And then Let's Do This. This was a 4.5 for me. I actually got this book as a recommendation from a reading journal video that Tori Ramos did. And this is a hockey romance. It's a hockey romance, which is one of my favorite tropes. So I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed just the story. It was a friends to lovers story. Just really enjoyed that. And then The Foxglove King. This was interesting. I'm interested to see where the story goes in the next book. And then this was a series that a friend of mine recommended to me. And this one was really good. I like the story, the like writing and the flow of the story, like that part of it could probably be worked on a little bit more compared to other books that I have read, but I really enjoyed the story of it and I really enjoyed the characters. So that kind of stuff I was able to overlook, like as far as like how like the writing flowed. And then Bookshops and Bone Dust. This is the second book in the series, but it's technically like a prequel to Legends and Lattes. And this is really just like cozy fantasy. And I really enjoyed it. It was a nice kind of palate cleanser, like something different, something very low key for me to read throughout the month. So I really did enjoy that. And then Hide. This was a book that some friends and I reread together. And mystery is really not my favorite genre, and part of it is because I think I've watched like too much crime TV. So I don't know, like parts of it aren't really surprising to me. But I did like the fact that this was about a Black woman cop. I liked that she wrote about her experience and through like having protests about the police and how just her experience on the force and her having to deal with other people in the force that looked down on her because she was a woman. So that part of it I really did enjoy. And if I was going to read more mystery, I would definitely pick up more Tracy Clark. And this was the book to start a series. So there were some things that weren't really wrapped up in her personal life that, because it is a series, she kept open to be wrapped up later on in the series. And then The Dark One was the second book in the Never King series. It was good. Like the plot was not there really, but it was okay, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for like spice over plot, yes. If you're looking for plot over spice, no. And then Legendary is the second Caraval book, and I actually liked this more than the first one. The first one was good, but I feel like I liked this one more, but it may also have been because I already read the first one, so I was already in the world and I knew about the world and I knew about the game and everything. So that may have been why I also liked it as well more. So I haven't written my reviews yet for them. I'm gonna take some time. I'm not gonna do that on camera, but because this is a really long video already. But this is my reading journal for February. I really love how it turned out. I'm thinking about possibly doing like a setup video for March, just so the wrap-up video isn't so long, to go ahead and get that like stuff laid out as well, as much as I can. So let me know down below if you read, how many books you read in February and what your favorite book of the month was. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead, hit that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any more of my videos. I hope you have a great day.